Good morning, everybody. It's me again. This video is a little different. We'll make it short, but I wanted to go over the assignment that we are going to post today, or we probably have already posted by the time you see this. It can get a little confusing, so I want to make sure that you guys are all on board. I'm going to show you how to do it right here, right now, nice and easy. All right. So what we're talking about is the stock market. We really want you to be financially literate when you go out into the world, starting very soon now. And one of the things you really need to know how to do is how banks and other people spend your money. And most of it is done through the stock market. So, we've talked about the stock market before in the basics, but we wanted to have you guys really research the different ways that stocks work. So all you need to do is find a product in your own house that you can use to do some research. So I'm going to use my tea. It's delicious. The best part about being home all the time is I can have hot tea whenever I want. It's fantastic. Right. Boom. PG Tips, my favorite brand of tea. The cheapest brand of tea. Okay? First things first. This is not a company, this is a product. I want to look up the company. I can normally find that by looking around on the box, and if you can see, there's a giveaway right there. So, PG Tips, this brand of tea, is owned entirely by a company called Unilever. Alright, now let's look that up. So, a couple things you should note. When you pick your product, can be anything, but you want to make sure that it's not, one, a private company. This happens. For example, Raising Cane's is a private company. It's not publicly traded. It doesn't have stocks. Okay? So first things first, go to your product and type in, or your company, and say, hey, is this a private or a public company? If it's a private company, then find another item, because it's not going to work. Alright? Second, you're going to want to make sure that it's not a parent of a parent. Here's my example for this one. Ruffles potato chips. Okay? They're owned by Frito-Lay, okay? Which is publicly traded, but it's actually entirely owned by Pepsi. So, this Frito-Lay doesn't work. We're going to have to do a bit more research. Alright? But let's go back. Unilever. All I now have to do is type that into Google. And if I type in Unilever stock, it's pretty much going to do all the work for me. Alright? So, here's the Unilever stock. Okay? This chart shows how this company's been doing. Okay? It was doing good. It crashed, like most of these things did when this stay-at-home, shelter-in-place order started, but slowly it's been climbing back up. Okay? So, I can tell you that the current stock market price of Unilever is this number here, 50.75. I can also tell you that it's traded under the symbol UL. That NYSE at the beginning, that's something you can ignore. That just means New York Stock Exchange. It means it's traded on the New York Stock Exchange. There's other stock exchanges. As an example of this is the type of paint I use when I'm painting my miniatures over there. Alright? This is actually traded on the London Stock Exchange. Okay? If it is, you can still do this project, but try and stick to the New York Stock Exchange because that'll help. Alright. Once you've done that, you've got your stock price and your stock symbol. Nice and simple. At this point, all we have to do is find other brands and some competitors for Unilever. That's pretty simple. Google does the whole work for me. I can type in competitors, and I can see Johnson & Johnson, Procter & Gamble, those kinds of things. Okay? You're also going to want to look up a bunch of brands owned by that company. I can do that too. Unilever brands, Bovril, Cornetto, Hellmann's Mayonnaise, Marmite. I bloody hate Marmite. But there you go. That's how you do it. You're going to do this with 2 or 3 products. Really look them up, figure out, and then, that's it. That's really as simple as it gets. We're going to ask you a short answer as well at the end of the week, asking which stock you would like to buy. Really think about it. See which ones you think will gain during these current times or which ones will lose, and we'll see who does well at the end. All right. Have a good one. Stay safe. See you soon.